Hi everybody, and welcome to March's City Scene. This month we have some interesting topics ranging from an update on the city's road construction projects. We're going to take a walking tour on the city's new downtown administration building. And finally, towards the end of the show, we're going to get some potentially life-saving information related to Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. I'm so glad you joined me. Stay tuned.
The Midco Aquatic Center is hiring part-time lifeguard positions, work while going to school, flexible schedules, and bonus opportunities available. No certification needed to apply. Find out more information at midcoaquaticcenter.org/employment.
My hero is my neighbor because she rakes the lawn for me when I can't.
She's always there whenever anyone needs a helping hand.
My teacher is my hero because she always makes time for everyone.
Welcome back, everybody. Up first, as promised, is Shannon Austin, giving us an update on some of the city's road construction projects.
Well, we are back to talk about street construction going on this summer in Sioux Falls. We welcome back to the show Mike from the DOT. Mike, welcome back.
Thank you.
And we are talking about one of yours and mine favorite projects, Veterans Parkway.
Yes.
Now, last year we were out on the site numerous times from the project Maple Street to Rice Street.
Yep.
Can you kind of give, or is that project completely done, or we still have work left to do?
I would say that project is somewhere between 85 and 90% complete. As far as traffic is concerned, there will be, starting this spring, there will be some contractors out there working on miscellaneous items. It will be the shared use path.
Okay.
We'll have some construction as far as some seeding and some landscaping in the median. And permanent pavement markings. I think all of this work, majority of it will be behind the curve, but anything that is in and adjacent to the roadway, we will have a lane closure up. So you'll see some miscellaneous lane closures out there, but in general, I wouldn't anticipate this to affect traffic that much.
So the intersection of Rice Street and Veterans Parkway will remain open to traffic?
Correct.
Okay. And just for the viewers' information, we did do some traffic counts last fall, and we have right around 4,300 people that are already using that road already. So as soon as we open it up, they came.
Yes, for sure.
The next portion is from Rice Street then to Interstate 90, and that's the really, really big project. So what's the overall, I guess, scope of the project?
Okay, so the overall scope of this project was let in November.
Okay.
Was awarded, it's the largest project ever let through a DOT letting. It's $55.4 million.
Wow.
Some highlights on the project. So it picks up from our last project at the intersection of Rice Street, and we proceed north up to kind of, again, the new alignment heading up to exit 402, which is the Yogi Bear exit. So some highlights of the project. It's 1.1 million cubic yards of dirt.
That's a lot.
Which is very substantial. That is a lot, probably 3 to 4 times what we're used to bidding on typical size projects. I would say we're building 5 structures with the project. 2 very large structures over the Big Sioux River, spanning the Big Sioux River and Burlington Northern Railroad.
Okay.
Both of those structures are 980 feet long, which is, an average size bridge that we build is roughly 300 feet usually.
Okay.
So this is 3 times that size. We're building a structure over the 60th Street over Slip Up Creek, and there's also a structure being built at the interchange at 402.
So a lot of structures.
Yes.
Okay. So when you come up to Rice Street, is that a structure, right? As you drive up to Rice Street, will it be an embankment, or is that the starting of the structures?
It will start with embankment for a short period, and then we'll also have a structure over Eastern Ellis Railroad, and then it'll go back to embankment and fill, and then it'll be the structure over the Big Sioux River.
And Timberline Road, as it stands today, basically will never be the same Timberline Road.
Correct.
Right?
I think in essence, at the Big Sioux River, we will be putting in a cul-de-sac
Okay.
at the finished product. So.
Okay. And so overall completion of the project is when?
Okay, so project timeline in general, in 2018, we'll be doing a lot of work, whether it's force main work, the grading, the structures, or otherwise. So in 2018, we really don't have a completion date in general. We just this week closed down Timberline Avenue
Okay.
because of the bridge work that we have going on. The interchange itself will be fully open in 2018. We won't touch the interchange. So in 2018, we'll start the project and build on that. In 2019, we will focus on the interchange at 402. The interchange itself will be open to traffic,
Okay.
but we will be closing the bridge itself and rebuilding that. That interim completion date is October of 2019.
Okay.
And then an overall roadway open work complete would be in August of 2020.
All right, you're going to be a regular on this show then.
I will be here for a while. I
All
think.
right. Well, excellent. Well, we're going to go to our next project update. Thanks so much for your time today.
You bet.
Our next update is in the same vicinity, but it's at Arrowhead Parkway from Sycamore Avenue over to Highline Avenue, which we started construction in 2017. We welcome back to the show Josh from the city. Josh, welcome.
Welcome.
So a lot of our drivers were impacted last year with the eastern end of Arrowhead project. So now what are the impacts going to be on the western end of the project?
Well, in 2017, as you said, we completed the intersection, or I should say mostly completed the intersection of Highline and Arrowhead Parkway.
Okay.
There's a little bit of work to do to the north there still, but for the most part, you're going to notice they're going to shift their focus from where they finished the concrete last year to the west towards Sycamore.
Okay, so that's going to be a total reconstruction again, is that right?
Correct.
Okay, and what's the ultimate street typical section?
It'll be 3 lanes each direction with
Okay.
turn lanes, right and left turn lanes at some of the more major intersections.
So that'll really look different than what it looks like today.
Correct. It's going to be a lot bigger.
So I know I've been asked, but the intersection of Veterans Parkway and Arrowhead Parkway, that's not the completed intersection, right?
No, it's just a temporary intersection until the next phase of construction for Arrowhead.
And the main driver of that portion of Arrowhead that we're working on right now was that surface condition?
It is a combination of surface condition and capacity.
Okay. So the street will be open to traffic throughout the entire project?
Correct.
Okay.
We'll maintain at least 1 lane in each direction during construction.
Okay. So let's give our viewers just an update on what's happening then for the rest of Arrowhead Parkway, from Veterans then all the way out to 26th Street. What's the status of that project?
Well, right now we're probably looking in the next 3 to 5 years. We're looking at probably phasing that project.
Okay.
Probably looking at phasing the intersection of Veterans and Arrowhead as one phase, and then maybe 6 Mile and the rest of it as another phase.
Okay. So, and is that also a 6-lane facility?
It'll be 6 lanes at Veterans Parkway, but it will go down to 4 lanes as we head to the east.
Okay, because that intersection is quite large, isn't it?
Correct. It'll be the largest in the state once we're done with it.
Ah, good. Bigger than 41st Street in Louise?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, so what's the going back to the project that's under construction right now, what is the overall completion date of that project?
Substantially complete this fall, and we probably will have a little bit of median work to do into the spring of 19.
Okay, so our drivers will be happy at the end of this year then.
Should be.
Great, all right. Okay, well, thank you so much for your time today. And for citizens of Sioux Falls, please stay tuned with our street construction updates on the City of Sioux Falls' website at siouxfalls.org, where we have an interactive street construction map that has project updates, project newsletters, and also has little icons of cameras at certain intersections in the city where you can actually monitor the traffic at all of our intersections too. So thanks for watching.
Thanks, Shannon. Up next is Steve Fessler with Sioux Falls Fire Rescue, and he's going to tell us all about their new GPS system.
Hi, this is Division Chief Steve Fessler with Sioux Falls Fire Rescue. And today I'm speaking with Battalion Chief Matt McAravey about a new technology that we're bringing online with our new computer-aided dispatch system. This new technology is AVL. Well, it's something new to us, and I've brought Matt on to explain a little better. What is AVL, Matt?
AVL stands for Automatic Vehicle Location. In layman's terms, it's using GPS to locate, and then the system tracks all those vehicle locations, and then we can deploy from there.
So if a truck's out on a call at a structure fire or something, and they're not within their station or in their territory, and they're returning, and another call comes in, how will AVL work that and handle that?
The AVL system in the CAD, it knows where every unit is at all times. So no matter what happens, once that unit says that I'm available for a call, it takes a route time for that unit and every other unit around, and it assigns whoever has that shortest routing time, it'll deploy them to the next incident.
So what it's doing is it's speeding up of knowing who's where and what, and getting them to the call as quick as they can.
Correct. Our previous service provider, we always had to assume that the units were in the station. So even if someone was driving out, clearing from a call, as soon as they said available, the system would assume that they were back in the station, and that can be, at times up to miles away. So that it's not getting an accurate picture of who we should send next, where now it knows at all times in real time where that unit is and will dispatch them from there.
So overall for the city, that's going to help the response time of getting fire units from one place to the next at all times.
Correct. We're really anticipating that we'll be able to decrease those times, and it's going to play into any time that our units are out of station, whether they're training, they're out doing incidents and they've just cleared, or even just in general routing around town. As long as they're available, if they're the closest unit, they will be dispatched to that next incident.
So sometimes the closest truck isn't always the one that is best for it in the respect of, say, a parade or some other kind of road closure. How does that work then?
Absolutely. That's maybe one of the most exciting features is that with this new system, we're able to put in features that will in essence close a road for that routing piece. So if we have a parade downtown, we're downtown right now, if we have a parade that morning, we can close those roads on that map, and it in essence will change our boundaries and our territories immediately. So as soon as that happens and we place that, a station that's outside they'll gain that territory and they'll come in automatically, and it'll route them around them. So it'll work for road closures, block parties, parades, anything like that.
Thank you, Matt. That's just another way of which Sioux Falls Fire Rescue is using technology to better serve our community. If you'd like to learn more about Sioux Falls Fire Rescue, go to siouxfalls.org/fire.
Joining us next is Sue Quanbeck-Etten, giving us an update on the construction of the Sioux Falls Downtown Administration Building.
Well, it was exciting to get the whole building enclosed, which was a big deal. You could see that on either end, the north and the south ends of the building will be glass enclosed. There will be some drywall, but it is an open office concept, so there will be a lot of area where workstations will be, and so the idea is too that natural light needs to flow through each floor, and as you can see, the windows will be nice and large and will allow for that natural light. So we don't have a lot of drywall, certainly not on the perimeter anyway, to block that light from getting through to all areas of each floor. As you know, 20,000 square feet per floor, so it's a nice footprint for the building. It'll be a beautiful quality office space for our city staff. May and June timeframe is when we'll be really doing the heavy lifting in terms of readying the building for our occupants. New furnishings will be put in place. We'll certainly have computers and our voice over IP, ShoreTel voice phone system, and AV in all of our conference rooms will be standardized. So that anybody can come in, that's city staff, and it'll work similarly from one room to the next. When you first walk in the doors of the lobby atrium area, it'll be beautiful. We'll have quartzite flooring, and the first thing you'll see will be the front desk. The customer service front desk will be very visible and will be staffed, and so that'll be the first place you'll go. Whether you come in to talk about your homeowner, coming in to talk about permitting for our fence or a deck that you're putting up at your house. This will be the building, the place to go if you need permitting, you need to talk about inspections, if you're doing development plans, if you're interested in licensing. Certainly some of these things can be done online as well, but if you'd rather do it face-to-face, this will be the place to go. Engineering staff will be there. Planning building services staff will be there. Parks administration, so things to do with the park system also will be available at that customer service counter. The construction schedule has been followed. We haven't had any big misses. We are meeting our target dates for substantial completion, and we're very pleased. Henry Carlson has done a great job for us in getting our building up and ready for occupation later this summer. First and second floor will be pretty well fully occupied from day one with those departments that I just mentioned: planning, building services, licensing, engineering, public works administration, and parks administration. We will have that third floor shell ready to go. So that will be finished off from the outside. It'll look as though it's completely done. From the inside, we will just need to do a few build outs for it, depending on the configuration that we want at the time we decide to build out third floor.
Hi, I'm Dr. Young from Falls Community Health, here to talk to you about laundry detergent toxicity. The American Association of Poison Control Centers has issued an alert on teens intentionally ingesting laundry pods, a practice widely shared on social media. We cannot stress enough how dangerous this is to the health of individuals. It can lead to seizure, fluid in the lungs, it can cause you to stop breathing, go into a coma, or even death. If you have any questions, please contact the Poison Control Center, Falls Community Health, or your physician.
Welcome back, everybody. Did you know that March is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month? Here's Katie Wick, and she's going to explain the importance of knowing this information and what to do.
Thanks for joining us. March is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month, and we are here today with Sarah Romeo, our nurse navigator at Falls Community Health, who helps us with our prevention efforts in colorectal cancer screening. So thanks for joining us today, Sarah.
Thank you.
So talk to us a little bit about what is colorectal cancer.
Colorectal cancer is cancer of the colon and rectum. It is a leading cause of cancer death in men and women. But when you do screening, it's very preventable.
Okay. So we do a lot of screening here at Falls Community Health as well as other people. Who should be screened?
We recommend anyone at the age of 50 to 75 get screening. Of course, so if you have a family history of colon cancer within your parents, your siblings, screening needs to be done earlier because your risk does increase.
Okay. We don't always have signs or symptoms of colorectal cancer. But what are some signs that people maybe could look for?
Sure. If you start to experience abdominal pain, bloody stools, change in your bowel habits, even feeling weak, fatigue, or weight loss, it's encouraged to get screening done and a colonoscopy.
Screening is pretty easy for the most part. So talk to us about what we do at Falls Community Health, or how people can get screened and how easy it is.
Screening is so easy and it's so very important. Many people think that the gold standard is the colonoscopy, but here at Falls Community Health, our common test is the stool test. So it's a simple take-home test. You can do it in the convenience of your home, privacy, and then once you collect the stool sample, you send it back to us. We test it for blood. If it is negative, that patient is okay for a year. It's just a yearly test. But if it is positive, then we recommend a colonoscopy. It is so important, though, to check with your provider to see what screening is best for you.
Okay, and when we move people on to colonoscopy, some people are afraid of that as well.
Yes.
But talk to us a little bit about the process of a colonoscopy, and if we have to move on to that step, how simple that could be as well.
Sure, yep. The colonoscopy can be scary, but it is the best intervention to do with preventable colon cancer. We would refer you to one of the facilities or your facility of your choice. It's a simple, non-invasive procedure. It takes about 30 minutes, and they can, when they go for the colonoscopy, if they find any polyps or abnormal tissue, which could be colon cancer, they can remove those right away. So that is why this is such a preventable cancer.
Okay, Sarah, tell us a little bit about what we have behind us here. What is this like, this giant model that we have?
Sure, this is the inflatable colon. You may see this around town at other events. It's a great educational tool. You can walk through it, take 5 minutes. It kind of shows the stages of colon cancer, so it's very informative.
We have some other literature outside here
Yes,
that if people are looking for some more information.
Sure.
The American Cancer Society also has great information on colon cancer, but this is really a great model that people can just see what it looks like on the inside of a colon and the different stages. So thanks for that.
Yeah.
So yes, and we want to make sure that people are getting screened if they're over 50, asking questions. If they have more questions, who can they talk to?
Sure, they can contact us here at Falls Community Health. Myself being the colon cancer navigator, they can call me locally. Otherwise, talk with their primary care provider with any questions or concerns.
Okay, well, we really appreciate your time today, Sarah.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. And we want everyone to get screened.
Well, it's finally warming up here in Sioux Falls, and what a great time to start visiting our 80 parks here in Sioux Falls. Here's some great information on one of them.
Hi, I'm Kelby Maris, Park Operations Manager, and I'm here to talk about this month's 80 and 18. So for the month of March, we are featuring a bunch of neighborhood parks: Glenview Park, Granite Valley Park, which is our only park north of Interstate 90, Heritage Park, Lacey Park, Meldrum Park, Platinum Valley Park, Prairie Trail Park, and Running Park. 80 and 18 is an initiative to get people to visit all 80 parks in 2018. You can get involved by taking a selfie in the parks and posting them to social media outlets using the hashtag 80 and 18. You can also go to our website at siouxfalls.org/80 and 18. And you also have the potential to win prizes, both monthly and grand prize at the end of 2018. Today we are at Prairie Trail Park, and Rich Carlson is here to talk more about the amenities of this park.
All right, we're here at Prairie Trail Park today. It's 5.5 acres located on the south half of Sioux Falls, right along Tomar Road. Some of the amenities at this park include a playground, a basketball court, and a 1/4-mile walk path through the middle of the park. When you're in this area, another nice thing to do is Prairie Green Golf Course is right over here to the south of the park. This is a very popular neighborhood park. Throughout the summer days, you can often find people playing out here. The recreation program sets up out here. We also, since we have so much land out here, this is a popular place for football teams to practice. Soccer teams come out here and they practice, so it's a very, very busy park during the summer months.
Up next is Dan Neves telling us the latest entry in Book Siouxland.
Welcome to the library, everybody. I'm Dan Neves, and today I'm at the Ronning Branch Library with branch librarian Jane Taylor. Welcome, Jane.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a little while since we've talked.
It's been a while since you've been out here.
Yeah, it has. Well, we're here today because you are leading a committee at Siouxland Libraries to start a new initiative, and we're hoping that this might be the first in a long run, maybe annually, and that is called One Book Siouxland. Is that correct?
That's correct. It's a new team, and we want to do it annually. So this is our inaugural season, and we hope everybody takes part.
Awesome. So what exactly is One Book? How did this idea sprout, and where have we taken it?
One Book is a national recognized program through the NEH, and we at Siouxland have never really taken part. The South Dakota State Humanities Council has done a book for a number of years, and we just wanted to do something a little more with the local flavor.
Okay. And the idea is for an entire community or area to join in reading the same book?
To read the same book, and then after you read the book, come together and have a book discussion, community conversations about that book, what topics were in it that interest you, and just kind of do a whole set of programs and book discussions about that book.
That's big.
It's huge.
That's
we
big.
have a whole month dedicated to One Book Siouxland, so we're really excited.
And when is that?
It's April. It starts April 3rd,
Okay.
and of course you want to know what the book is.
I do.
So we have a little teaser there. Our book this year we chose was called A Man Called Uwe by Fredrik Backman. He's a Swedish author, so it's a translation, but we had a team that initially advised what to read, and then another team that actually selected the book out of 3 options. So it was a long process, a few months, but that's what they chose, so we're going with that.
I like it. So you had an outside committee come in and choose what book that we were going to read as a community. So what was it about this book?
They really liked the topics. There's a sense of humor in it. There's also relatable things that they thought as a human you would relate to, so they really liked that idea. They also liked the topics were enough that you could actually discuss them and have good discussions about. So
that's good, and that brings people together. And from what I've heard, I haven't read it yet. I'm going to, and I'm going to read it before April. But issues like homosexuality, generational gaps, things like that are prevalent in the book and worth discussing.
Also, there's grief and there is immigration. So those 2 topics are big in the book also.
Big issues that our country, our area is facing these days. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we read the book, we come discuss, is that it? End the game?
No, our kickoff evening is we're going to show the Swedish version of the movie at the Icon Lounge. So that will be April 3rd. So we'll have tickets available starting soon, or this coming month, and get a ticket for that. So that's our kickoff event. And then after that, we'll have the immigration stories. We have some youth coming from Lincoln High School that are going to talk about their own personal immigration stories. So some teens are going to be sharing their stories, which I think is kind of cool that they're. And then also the American Swedish Institute out of Minneapolis is bringing a exhibit of carvings from Swedish immigration from back in the 1800s. And that's going to be that Saturday, and we'll have more information on all of those events and dates and times. Also that day we're going to have music, Swedish folk music. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, right after the exhibit opening and talk, we're going to have somebody come in and do Swedish music. So that'll be fun.
Awesome. Yeah. And the exhibit can be seen?
The whole month of April, starting April 7th. Okay. So through the entire month of April at the downtown library.
The downtown library. Yep. Okay. And if I want to go to a book club, is there one book club and it's just going to be a massive thing?
We have 5 book clubs. Dates and times are listed on our website. We also have bookmarks that list all the dates and times. Be sure to just pop into one of our branches and they can sign you up for one of those book discussions at multiple locations.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
That sounds good. So folks, if you want to join a book discussion, we'll have different times, different dates that'll suit your schedule. How do I read the book? Do I have to go buy the book on my own?
We have almost 175 copies of the book available, which is awesome. And most of them are checked out right now, so that's really awesome. So just stop in. We could get you a copy pretty quick. The turnaround is going to be fast. Just place a request with one of our staff members or go online and place a request, and it will be there. Also, if you like to listen, we do have it on audio, and if you really don't want to wait, you can get it on Hoopla, which is a no-wait service, a downloadable service that is free for anybody that has a library card.
Exactly. So if you haven't checked out Hoopla, check it out. It's a simultaneous usage, so there is no waiting list, there is no holds list. You want it, you get it. If not, give us a call at any one of our libraries. Stop in, visit us online. It's www.siouxlandlib.org and place the book on hold. Join us in April as we celebrate One Book Siouxland and we read A Man Called Uwe.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Jane. I appreciate your time.
Glad to do it.
As always, thank you for joining me this month. If you're looking for some more information on this or any other city project, check us out on siouxfalls.org or YouTube. See you next month.